Okay, I had to take a quick break, folks, because I just didn't really like where we were going with this. I think we have a few different options we can pursue here, and I think right now we were kind of bending this road too much to fit in the pre-made merge that we had, and not enough to fit in the reality of how this road actually works. So I want to actually take a step back and change up how we tackle this. First of all, I think we want to get rid of this highway. I think we want to bring this highway up here and just have it gradually meet up here instead. So we can actually keep a lot of this, but I do want to move it over somewhat. So let's be a little bit careful about what we do. Actually, why do we have to be careful about what we do? It doesn't really matter that much, does it? All right. And then let's pull this back a little bit too. And then let's put in, I'm actually going to keep using the same asset here because I think we can make this work. But I want to put this in more like this. Let's do it with, I think, yeah, something like this. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so then now let's use our select. Just deselect our trees. Let's actually just pull this whole thing around. Oh, it's not going to let me get this whole end spot. And then let's pivot it and pull it around a little bit. There we go. That feels a little bit more like what we're trying to do. And then we can pull this bridge back just a little bit. I think we'll be in a good spot. Let's keep this. We'll just snug this up. Move all this down just like that. There we go. And then we can even kind of curve into this a little bit more if we need to. Actually, yeah, let's just acknowledge we're going to do that. So let's pull that back. Let's pull this back. And then see if we can get this hooked up in the right way. Let's go over here, pull up. There we go. All right, and then we want to kick this down to, I think, 40, we decided, is the distance between these two. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so now, is that actually what the 3-lane highway looks like? There. Ah, there we go. We had highway ramp on accident. My mistake. Boom. Okay. We have to kick this back out to 40. All right, now let's see if we can just kind of get this to gently curve around. That's what we're looking for. It's just, let's move this out of the way. Kind of a gentle curve right down to here. What does this look like just as a rough connection? I don't think that's too bad, honestly. But what could be interesting is, what if we just keep this elevated the whole way? I actually think that could be really interesting. Oh, okay, that's not going to be too bad. Pull this out, and then let's pull this back to here and see how this goes. So now, if we take this across, let's get rid of the parallel road tool for just a second. Make sure this cinches up right there. Okay, so these are both, oh, whoops, here. We'll pull this down. Oops, okay. All right, so now these are totally even. Let's again go back to parallel. All right. And then keep this going here. We curve it. A little bit like there. Yeah, there we go. So now here, I think we can separate out. Let's stop this. Have our highway ramp here. Have one go out and down this way. Kind of like that. So let's actually pull these little tabs out there. Let's see if we can get this all the way down in this turn. Okay, not bad. We're going to have to mess with that a little bit. And the other one, go up this way. All right. So let's kind of separate this out. We may actually want to use node controller here. I have not had the opportunity to use this too much, but let's give this a shot and see if we can fix this. So let's move this up here. Well, actually here, first of all, slope this. Let's keep this custom. And how do we, all right, so we can bring, nope, we don't want to do that, I don't think. Okay, we're already breaking things. So let's figure this out here. I see, this is just gonna move it up and down. Let's reset that. We want to be able to kind of provide more space in this middle here. What if we do, interesting. I'm going to take this node, just drag it to change the offset. What if we bring the offset in closer here, and then scooch this offset back? Okay. Not as bad. And then hold shift here. So what if we take this? There we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Okay, that looks better. And then can we bring this up? Okay, that's apparently as far as we can go. If we take all, what is this stretch? What if we turn this down to, oh, I see. Okay, we can leave this at 100. Change the, okay, there we go. This is what we're looking for. We're kind of learning as we go, huh? All right, so now let's actually take this. We can zoom in. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, keep working in this node. Let's zoom in real tight. We actually drag, I'm gonna drag just this corner. That's the trick, so we can get this corner and pull these two corners up, which is a decent option here, don't get me wrong. The problem is just that we lose our markings here a little bit. And then we might have to see if we can flatten this node out proper. Let's flatten all three of these nodes to this height. There we go. Okay, let's actually keep doing that with this node as well. Flatten that out. And we want to actually get rid of that tree. There we go. Now we can take this node, this node, this node, and then just slope these. There we go. Okay. So this is a little rough. So first of all, let's take our original node back here, there, and there. Slope that. Okay. So now let's take our node controller, look at this node here. And can we shift this? How can we make this work? Let's take this end. Not this end, maybe? No. Because what I want to do is basically give it more room to kind of breathe along here. Oh, that's not bad at all. Okay. Ooh, never mind. Rough. That's bad. Okay. So maybe let's go back here and just give ourselves a little bit more time. We want to go down here and down here. Let's turn our snapping off. Oh, okay. That was... All right, we still want to get 180. All right, that's going to be close enough. I'm okay with that. Still get our curve. Come on. All right, and we can definitely make that work with Move It. Okay. Let's pull this in just a little bit closer here. Don't need to be that close. There we go. Get this real close here. And then we'll have this merge. Just a second. This is still kind of funky. Maybe. There we go. All right. So now let's go back and adjust our node heights. Let's slope all of this, see if that helps. It does. I actually like that a lot better. Okay. So now let's just continue the farce that this would keep going for the record. I mean, it is going to keep going, I guess. So it's not really a farce, but needed that to just kind of go out a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So now let's go back in here and just adjust some of this a little bit. Whoops. Because that doesn't have to be, there we go. A little bit more. I think that'll be pretty solid. Now, oops, changing our offset. Yep, want that to be right up there. What is, ooh, okay. Good to know. I don't think we need to do any shifting. Maybe just like that. And then stretch just a little bit. Okay, I see. Then we can turn all of our markings on or all of our markings off. It doesn't seem to matter, honestly. Okay, cool. So we got that to work. Then let's do the same thing with this one here. This road can actually go, I think, a little bit further, to be totally honest with you. This one can kind of curve like this. So then now we'd have one of these going here. We'd have another one going down like that. There we go. Let's kind of get the base here, right? So then I think we can leave most of these trees in here. Let's do the same deal. Get a nice slope here. Grab this. Slope it up. There we go. All right. And then we can... Oh, whoops. Hold up. We are not going the right way. Because we want to actually join it. Well, no, that'll be okay. I see. We just have to reverse this. Well, hold up. What direction is it actually going? Okay, yeah. So they'll be going in this way. I see. Okay. So let me reverse this just so I don't forget. Oh, I don't know what the hell's going on here. There we go. And then just reverse that. Come on. And then I think we have a little bit of adjustment to do there. There we go. That'll be fine. Okay. So then this is now going the right direction. And this will be fine because we do want this to be an on-ramp or an off-ramp. No, it is. Yeah, an off-ramp rather. Okay, there we go. And we'll just fix that there. Boom, easy. And same deal here. Oops, no, that one was actually fine. No, it was not fine. Nope. Why am I going crazy here? Oh, these were all okay. I see. Okay, now we're good. All right. So let's see how we can fix up this intersection a little bit. I think we can actually bring this node down to object height level of... Let's try this. How bad does that look? Doesn't look great. Yeah, let's not do that. Okay. Let's just do a gentler slope here. There we go. Okay. And then do a little node controller here. Let's actually give ourselves a little bit more room here. Pull that offset back. Pull that offset back. Shift this just a little bit. Boom. Beautiful. Okay. That already looks way better. And then just take this, bend that out quite as much. Just kind of straighten all of that up. And I think that's solid. Okay. I like where we are at. Only thing here is just kind of getting this adjustment a little less weird. There we go. And this can be, yeah. I want this to essentially look like we're starting to straighten out here. There we go. All right, close enough. Oh God, what did we just do? Okay. That is winner of the Close Enough Award. Solid, solid work. I like that a lot better. Much, much, much better. Okay, the second part of this here is putting in some sort of roundabout or ability for people coming across this bridge to get both over here, or rather onto the highway, I should say, and over here. So I'm wondering if we need a second roundabout in this local area, or if we can just directly come over here. And I'm thinking it might be nice to have a full roundabout. This is what, a 3-lane road through here. I think we could do something similar over here, but in a roundabout fashion. So let's see, let's see if we actually want this bridge to potentially curve a little bit. I think if we take this bridge from up here, we can actually start curving it a little bit more towards this direction, and that might work pretty well. So let's take the same kind of bridge style here with the crossing. We're just going to want to curve this a little bit. Let's see, what kind of curve can we get going here? And we're going to actually bring this all the way down to ground level, but acknowledge that we probably need a wider curve here. Be something like full, can we do a full 90 degree? Let's actually go out a full 30 and do a 90 degree turn. And then just kind of like almost a complete 90 degree angle here. And I think what this will let us do is then come up basically right along here. Let's see how close we can get with something like this. There we go. And then just kind of, oops. I want to curve this rather. Ugh, get away. Get right up here, and then curve right around like that. There we go. So we'll see. I kind of liked the idea of hitting at least one more. Let's see if we actually want to do something else here. Let's pull this back. And actually, let's throw another roundabout in here. And actually, you know what? Let's take all this back. Kind of like the idea of coming straight in here and then going into a roundabout. So let's see if we go straight down here and we try to get as low as possible. I think we still want to go at least 30 units out and then kind of have this little intermediary part here. It doesn't really matter what we use at this point. We're going to switch it over to an 80 and then, oops, let's change it. There we go. And I think, let's try to get a rough idea of how big this is. All right, so let's actually go up to, whoops, 60, I think. Let's see how that works. There we go. Well, actually, you know what? I think if we want to get it really, really centered, let's actually do this instead. Just take here. Doesn't really matter how you do that, but we'll switch back to this style and then do an 80 right in there. It's a little bit of a bigger traffic circle. I think we can go a little bit smaller than that, actually. Maybe go back to our 60 idea. We're getting a little bit further away. Actually, that's okay, though. I think we'll want to use this as the middle. All right. And then one more time. Do this with 60. There we go. Okay. So now, let's take this off. Let's kind of get our little edges off. And then we'll upgrade right here. There we go. Okay. And in this case, actually, we don't need to use that. We just have a 3-lane one-way. We've got to have that. Perfect. All right, let's upgrade to this. Boom. Beautiful. Okay. So now I think we can use potentially, this is a 3-lane back and forth. Is this actually a highway? This might be a highway piece. Yeah, 3-lane highway. We actually want, but we need, no, that's the national highway. Let's be this guy, this little 6-lane road right here. Looks pretty identical to me. Awesome. Okay. Full 6-lane feels a little excessive to me, to be totally honest. But we'll see how it goes. Let's do that. Actually, let's see if we can connect right at a 90-degree angle, as much as possible, rather. There we go. See how that works. And we can kind of just go literally right back and forth here. Awesome. Okay. And I think this will all work just fine. So let's see. Then we can kind of have a whole road right here. The only thing, I guess the only question, outstanding question we now have here is if you're trying to get to the highway, I guess you would just take this bridge instead, because you can take this bridge, come up this way along here and get on the highway there. Okay, cool. Feel good about that. So let's just repair our highway now. We should be in a good spot. Take this. And then can actually curve up just a little bit here, or not if I fat finger the curve. Let's go just up this way, and just a little bit this way, and actually back this up. Boom. Okay. Same deal. Kind of curve right along here. Just, oops, stretch both these just back. Oh, there we go. Stretch back into place. Straighten all this out for the most part. Okay, I think we can restart and see how that goes. You know what? I really don't like that random curve here. It's not that it doesn't work, it just looks a little bit odd. So what if we curve everything through here? Let's see how that goes. There you go. I think that looks a lot better. Just a little bit smoother there. We have something going the wrong direction here. So let's just fix that really quickly. There we go. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So let's see. I mean, the whole reason we did this was to see if we can get our bus line from here all the way up here. Hopefully that is now an option. So if we pop open our bus lines here, bus line 3, let's get rid of that. And we're going to start a new line here. We're going to start in the exact same place, so it's really not that big of a deal. But if we go up here, say we want to start a new line right up here. Can we get this new line all the way down here? We can now. Okay, I feel much better about that. So let's stop it down here. That potentially down here. We'll just go kind of straight down through here. You basically just want a way to make sure that all of these people can get to work. And again, we're not being super diligent about exactly connecting all of those. Let's give this a different color, but we're just trying to kind of differentiate enough, right? So 73 vehicles. That feels a little excessive to me. If we cut this down to like, I don't know, 30 or 20 maybe. Okay, let's see what that looks like. 15. Okay, that still feels like a lot. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully the budget control is helping. We'll see what happens. Okay, cool. Oh, and actually here, one second. I want to go one more to this line. We just want to select types. We are, okay, no, we actually, oh, whoops, that was the industry loop. For line 3, we also want to select types, and we do not want to allow a school bus. So we're going to do that. We'll just remove that vehicle from the line. Okay, so we should be in a good spot there. All right, so let's see if that helps us with our whole worker issue up here. I'm still hoping, okay, I feel like we're getting there. We're getting a lot closer. You'll notice the demand for residential has actually come back up. So we can kind of keep moving this direction and see if there's any additional little spots we can fill in here. I don't think there's too much. Let's see about maybe trying to squeeze a little bit of park space in here. I wonder if we can fit potentially a dog park in here. But we can if I'll just give myself a little bit of wiggle room here. I think that looks just fine to me, honestly. Doesn't seem to be encroaching on the sidewalk too much other than that tree. Let's see, maybe we move it just a little bit back there. Awesome. Now let's see if maybe we can put something fun. Can we fit a carousel in here? Not even close. Bounce house, anything? Why is this bounce house so large? I don't understand that at all. Man. What about the park gazebo, right? That could be nice here. We can find a nice little park gazebo. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Over here, we have to unlock the gazebos. Apparently we do not have any gazebos unlocked. We'll throw down just a little drink stand right here. People an option to get a drink. Oh, this is the drink stand. Okay, I'm not sure what the heck this is then. It's an ice cream stand maybe? Who knows? Oh, okay, so we're doing okay here. What is going on there? I see, we just didn't zone that. I guess it was just to kind of make sure we had a little bit of extra space. Oh, do we have any police coverage? We do have police coverage. We're good on police coverage. Let's leave that there. Again, if we serve this area with additional transport opportunities, we might want a little bit of extra space here. So happy to provide that extra space here so that we don't feel like we're a little too cramped up when we're building in the future. Okay, one thing I'd like to do before we actually add too many more people into the city is I'd like to do something about this bridge. So I just don't love it going right over these ruins. I think this is something really interesting. We'd potentially want to let kind of people access over here and kind of go see this space. I think this could be a tourist attraction in the area. And I don't like this bridge running directly over it. So I think we should maybe see if we can find an opportunity to actually run the bridge around instead. And also kind of look at how much traffic we expect to see on this bridge. Because right now, first of all, it doesn't need a turning lane. So we don't need to be using that road. We don't really need an asymmetric. I think we potentially want to even bring this down to just a 4-lane road without parking spaces. Maybe we even put a bus lane, potentially something like this, make this what we do. But what I'd like to try here is potentially to just kind of rotate around this issue. So I think not only will that make our lives a little bit easier in terms of the the ruins there, but it'll also help with height. So I want to be aware that, well, let's actually take a step back. What kind of ships do we imagine will be going around here? We're not going to get any kind of ocean traffic. It's just going to be ferries, right? So let's maybe take a quick look. You know what? We have time right now. What if we give this ferry idea a shot? So we are going to need a ferry depot. And I think that's something we could kind of safely hide somewhere else. Maybe potentially over in a less populated area, right? But just fundamentally, what if we try throwing down a ferry stop right here? I want to see what that would look like. Maybe put it like here. So it is a little bit loud. So maybe we'll actually put it right by the pier. So let's go in here, pause this, just pull those two out, throw down our ferry stop right here. And then we can reconnect this back up. Like that. And like this. And then we can actually just smidge this over just a little bit. There we go. Okay. So now we have our ferry stop here. I'd like to get a sense of how difficult it would be to move a ferry through here. So let's figure out first where we would actually put our ferry terminal. I think potentially something over here. We can just dump it over here for now. We'll figure it out later if we run into any additional issues here, but let's kind of just put it right there. Okay, and it will need some power of its own, but it's really just kind of a depot, so we don't have to worry about it too much. Okay, so let's put in power right there. Okay, and then take anarchy off actually. Okay, so now we'll have power. Now we actually have to run our ferry lines. So let's see, for our ferry pathway, can we connect up to anything else, or do we have to go kind of all the way around here? Because it's not space already occupied and water required. What a twofer. So we can get under the bridge there. Awesome. Get out here. And I think we just kind of come all the way around here. We can bring our ferries up the river. I think we just kind of follow the same line that's been laid out for larger cruise ships through here. We kind of want to get along here, through here, then under some of these bridges and over here. There we go. And we can connect up. All right, so I think what I'd really like to be able to do is basically just see how high does the ferry get, right? So let's potentially look at adding in a ferry stop down here as well. And I'm thinking maybe a ferry pier can connect two ferries at once. It's a larger space. Let's put it maybe like right down here. Not 100% sure what we would use all this ferry space for yet, but this seems like a good opportunity to bring kind of this line that we started with our tram down here. Let's just do that for the second, and we'll kind of connect along this side as well and just bring this back up. This is only temporary, right? We'll do something a little bit more intense with it later, but let's now kind of bring our see if we can get our ferry line. Oh, whoops. Ferry pathway. See if, oh, we gotta pause that really quickly. I was just not getting. Are you serious? There we go. And hopefully we'll be able to build over there, so it won't be an issue. But all right, so now let's get our ferry line coming up this way. I think we might have to be a little bit clever here, but I'm pretty sure we can do it. So let's kind of get around here. Up through the river. We're gonna have to go all the way up and around, huh? Actually, I think, let's go this way. We are going to deepen this artificial channeling. Actually, let us make a canal instead. Let's see, this might be a terrible idea. Let's find out. Let's find out. You know what? We're gonna take a sidebar and canal. We will canal in the next episode. If it's a terrible idea, I will at least explain to you why it's a terrible idea. But we're going to canal, and we will be back shortly. Thank you for joining me.